Hi, how are you tonight? How is everybody? Good? Good. I'm so glad. Well, I'm back to read you another story, and it's an old favorite that I know everybody already knows, but it's one of those stories you can just hear again and again and again. But before I start reading stories, I would like to take this time and say I'm happy to say hello to some friends. And if you want me to say hello to you, Mom, send me a note at the end of this, in the comments at the end of my video, and I'll say hi to your little one. But if I don't say your name, I'm still happy that you're here. But hi to Lainey and Nicole and Addison and Chloe and Izzy and Abby, Katrina and Ari and Anthony, Justin, Bella, Skylar, Lukey and Sophia, Gemma, Sammy and Reese, Gigi and Jordan, and Max, Brianna and Giada, and Jackson, Xavier, and Grayson, and Paisley, and Joey, and Odessa, and Johnny, and Marley, Charlotte, and Landon, Annie, and Kimber, Jacob, and Peter, Timmy, and Lily, and Otto, and Libby, Gigi, Jordan, and Emmy. Hi, everybody. I'm glad that you're here. I miss you guys all the time. And I'm glad you came to hear a story, because when you want to hear a story, you come see me, because that's what I do. I read to you. That's right. Nonie reads stories to you. Me and our best buddy, Mr. Adorable. Hi, Mister. How are you today? Good? Good. He loves hearing stories, and we just love Mr. Adorable. Yes, we do. What's that? Yes, we're going to have Christmas stories next week, okay? How about we just do them in another day. One more day, and then we'll read Christmas stories. So I love Christmas stories, and Christmas is coming. Yes, it's coming right up. So, Mr. Adorable, if you would like to hear a story, you have to go sit with the kittens. Okay? All right. Okay, buddy. Off you go. Over there with the kitten. Perfect. Okay, little buddies. Here's what I have tonight. Let's see. Oh. Here's what I gotta get all situated. Okay, here's what I have tonight. An old favorite, Guess How Much I Love You by Sam McBratney. That old Sam McBratney, he gets some good stories, I know. I love all the stories he writes. But this is an old favorite that we all know and love. Guess How Much I Love You. So let's get started. Okay? Okay. Hey, how about that snow we had the other day? Ooh. It was cold, and my car had a lot of snow on it. But that's the time of year. Now it's winter time. Yep. Winter times for snow and ice and cold. Okay. Oh boy, guess how much I love you. Guess how much I love you. Okay, ready? Little nut brown hair who was going to bed held on very tight to big nut brown hair's very long ears. And there he is, holding on tight to those big ears. See him up there? There he is, holding on to those big long ears. That little baby hair bunny rabbit is holding on to that big bunny rabbit's ears. That's right. He wanted to be sure that big nut brown hair was listening. Guess how much I love you, he said. Oh, I don't think I could guess that, said Big Nut Brown Hair. He was talking right into his ears. Guess how much I love you. This much, Little Nut Brown Hair said, stretching out his arms as wide as they would go. There he is, stretching out those arms. And Big Nut Brown Hair's looking on, saying, how about that? Stretching them arms. Show me how much he loves me. Well, Big Nut Brown Hair had even longer arms. But I love you this much, he said. And he stretched out his big arms. Oh, here we go. Look at that. He has much longer arms, so it looks like more. That is a lot, thought Little Nut Brown Hair. Little nut brown hair said, I love you as high as I can reach. And he reached up high into the sky. Yeah, there we go. See? And big nut brown hair is just looking on, saying, look at that. I love you as high as I can reach, said big nut brown hair. Well, he's much bigger, so he can reach much higher. That is very high, thought little nut brown hair. I wish I had arms like that. And there's little nut brown hair. He's just a little tiny guy down here. Little cutie. It's okay, you'll get bigger. You'll get bigger. Then little nut brown hair had a good idea. He tumbled upside down and reached up the tree trunk with his feet. And this is what he did right here. Turned upside down and reached up with his feet. I love you all the way up to my toes, he said. And there's big nut brown hair thinking, that's pretty big. And I love you all the way up to your toes, said big nut brown hair, swinging little nut brown hair over his head. Look at that, he's swinging him up in the air, and he said, I love you all the way up to your own little toes. And that's pretty big. I love you as high as I can hop, laughed little nut brown hair. And little nut brown hair starts hopping, 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 bouncing up and down and up and down. He says, I love you as high as I can hop. But I love you as high as I can hop, smiled big nut brown hair, and he hopped so high that his ears touched the branches above. And here he is, hopping up in the air, and his ears actually touched the tree. That's how high up he jumped. That's good hopping, thought little nut brown hair. I wish I could hop like that. Little nut brown hair wants to be just like big nut brown hair. He wishes he could hop high. He wishes he had long ears. But he will someday. He'll get bigger. Yeah, that's right. I love you all the way down the lane as far as the river, says little nut brown hair. And he's looking down over the countryside. Oh, there we go. And he sees the river down there. He says, I love you all the way down to that river. Well, I love you across the river and over the hills, says big nut brown hair. That's very, very far, thought little nut brown hair. He was almost too sleepy to even think anymore. Then he looked beyond the thorn bushes out into the big dark night. Nothing could be farther than the sky. Look at this picture of these two. How much do you love that? I love it a lot. Two rabbits loving each other, saying who loves the one more. They love each other so much, those two. I love you right up to the moon, he said, and he closed his eyes. Oh, that's far, said big nut brown hair. That is very, very far. They're out there, they are looking up at the moon. Isn't that a beautiful picture? Look at them looking up at the moon. He says, that is very, very far. Loving me all the way up to the moon. That is far. Big nut brown hair settled little nut brown hair into his bed of leaves. And he leaned over and kissed little nut brown hair good night. Oh, Carl, that's so cute. Then he lay down close by little nut brown hair and whispered with a smile, I love you right up to the moon and back. And the little baby hair sleeping. And big nut brown hair says, I love you to the moon and back. And that's how much I love you. And that's it, our short little story tonight. Here's a nice little picture of the two of them jumping and playing. Isn't that cute? I love this story. I love you. That's when people say, I love you to the moon and back. It's from this story. And I love you to the moon and back, which is the farthest distance I can think of. That's right. We do love each other. We've become good friends reading stories together. And I love reading stories to you. I really do. Let me take off these glasses. I really do love reading stories to you. So this story was sweet. It was about two rabbits who just loved each other so much, and they just didn't know how to express how much they loved each other. And they were just trying to think of the biggest spaces they could think of. And finally decided that love you to the moon and back. That's the farthest. That is. And I love you to the moon and back. And that's why I love this book. And everybody, I think, knows about this book. Guess How Much I Love You by Sam McBratney. Nice work there, Sam. I love books by Sam McBratney. He has lots of animal ideas, cute animals in his stories, and all his stories about all of our feelings and how much we care about each other. It's a good story. Very nice. Well, it was a short story night, but that's okay. I'm going to come back and we're going to read some Christmas stories in another day or two, okay? So listen, get snuggled in your bed. It's cold. Get cuddled under those blankets. And get some good rest because you're going to have a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. You have busy days. I know you do. And when you're out and about with your mom and dad or your gran or pap or whoever, and maybe you're out at the stores and stuff right now at this busy time of year, stay close to your family because I don't want anybody getting lost. No. Stay close and behave and listen to as you're told so nothing happens to you, okay? Because none loves you so much. I really do. So, this is the part where I say, moms, I would like it if you would like and share my stories with other friends and subscribe to my channel, because it helps my channel grow. So that helps me reach more kids that want to hear more stories. And you guys tell your friends too, and they can tell their moms. Yeah. And at this time of year too, parents, when you're making donations, don't forget about St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. Every penny they get goes to helping sick children. Parents don't pay a cent for any care. They take care of all the bills. All those parents do is take care of loving their kids till they get better. And what a better way to spend your money than any other way than that, to help some sick child get better and some parents not have to worry about that. So that's what I was going to tell you. And this year when you're making your donations, don't forget St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. And you can go to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital.com and you make your donation there. Okay. Well, listen, I love you guys so much. I love you to the moon and back. I really do. And when you want to hear a story, you come see me, because that's what I do. I read to you. Mwah. Here's for your kissing hand. That's for your kissing pocket. And I will see you soon. Have good sleeps. And remember, I love you so much. I'll see you soon, my little buddies. Mwah. Good night.